Take one.
The Big Bang Theory is one of the most popular shows on television, loved by millions of people all over the world. I've got access to everything you don't normally see that brings the show to life every week.
Obviously, as soon as I got onto set, I was very excited and walked down the stairs.
From the secrets of the wardrobe room...
I know. Look. If this is missing when you leave, you're in trouble.
...to watching the cast record the show.
Isn't it fun to learn things? You're learning things every second.
This is great, actually. Welcome to the Big Bang Theory. Access all areas, within reason. I can't just go waltzing into the ladies' loos or ladies' restaurants, whatever they call them.
Luckily for you, I am allowed to waltz onto the set to meet the cast, and I'll be starting with the tough questions.
Which character do you most enjoy shooting scenes with?
Oh, goodness, that is Sophie's choice.
Who makes you laugh the most when you're doing scenes with them?
Who makes me laugh the most?
Favorite people to work with?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, how can I answer that?
You just try and start World War III on this set? I'm not going to answer that.
Kunal, Diva.
No, I don't like working with y'all.
No, sure. He, to be fair, said the same.
I'm sure he did.
Johnny Galecki, just outrageous.
Who makes me laugh the most?
You can say none of them.
I know, I'm racking my brain right now. I can't even remember their names.
Simon, another diva.
I'm going to be diplomatic and say the cast.
Yeah.
Or none is probably better. Or myself. You should hear the things I say.
But I don't want to bag on anyone. I mean, I enjoy them all equally.
It's a little bit like joining high school.
Boy, you were not liked in high school, were you?
Not really. Is that my yearbook?
Mm-hmm. Dear Leonard, you're really good at science. Maybe one day you'll come up with a cure for being a dork.
Okay, jokes aside, what I really want to know is how they go about making the show each week.
We start on Wednesday mornings. We do the table read, which is all the actors and producers and writers.
We read the script and we laugh.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Hopefully. And that's usually when we find out what's going to be happening. So it's as much a surprise to us as everyone else.
The writers take notes of what seems to work well, what didn't work, and they go off to start rewriting.
Thursdays and Fridays we rehearse more, get it on its feet, and do run-throughs for producers and network and studio.
That's when rewrites come through, so sometimes the script will change by as much as, I'd say, a third, and then we have a weekend in between to learn our lines.
Monday, we rehearse with cameras.
I prefer 20 minutes of rehearsal, but these guys need hours.
Yeah.
So
well,
anyway,
I mean, you're a consummate professional. This is what a lot of people have been saying.
And we do the Tuesday night live audience taping. Take our bow and they immediately hand us a warm manila envelope with the next morning's script in it.
So that's the actors' week from start to finish. But before they can do any rehearsing or recording, they're gonna need a script.
Oh, but there is an original final draft Ghostbusters script with actual slime stains. Oh, you're right, it's Ghostbusters 2, never mind.
Each and every episode of The Big Bang Theory starts in this building, in the writer's room. Led by creators Bill Prady and Chuck Lorre, the team have to conjure up new and exciting ways of making us laugh.
Ooh, dark matter, we better bring a flashlight.
And if anyone knows the pressure of writing a hit show, it is Chuck Lorre, who also created 2.5 Men.
How do you keep coming up with ideas that feel fresh and interesting when you've made 100 episodes of a show?
Desperation and fear is a good motivator. It's like running through a tunnel with a train behind you for 9 months. You can't stop.
How much does the script change from when you kind of do your first table read?
About 30–40%.
Yeah. Is that quite typical?
Oh, gosh, I've been on shows where it changed 100% from table to shoot night. 120%, you know.
I've never seen a show consistently where what we read at the table is so funny that the rewriting becomes a minimal amount.
I can't seem to get in touch with Amy. I tried email, video chat, tweeting her, posting on her Facebook wall, texting her, nothing.
Did you try calling her on the telephone?
The telephone.
It's very common on a lot of shows where what we read on the first day, Monday, there's not one word from that script that's there on Friday.
Okay. We hear all the time the condition our scripts come in, the good condition they come in it's an anomaly. And it makes a difference, you know. I mean, they're not perfect. Every once in a while, we've certainly had scripts that we've had to work on more and have more changes during the week than others, and those are rough weeks.
Guys, we are going to do a different line there.
And if life like that was always like that here, it'd be a tear your hair out experience, I think. On the flip side, now I'm a little spoiled.
Why do you even want this here? Its size is completely disproportionate to its purpose.
Well, seeing as its purpose was to piss you off, I'd say it's spot on.
Now, the writing's one thing. Sure, it's very good, but then every show has writers. But a show that features a theoretical physicist, an astrophysicist, an experimental physicist, a neurobiologist, a microbiologist, and a Howard Wolowitz obviously needs to use a lot of sciencey language that us at home can barely understand. Now, luckily, the actors and writers have someone to help them to ensure they don't embarrass themselves by saying loop quantum gravity when they mean string theory. And trust me, that is funny. I checked.
I will graciously overlook the fact that she is an arrogant, subpar scientist who actually believes loop quantum gravity better unites quantum mechanics with general relativity than does string theory.
How do you deal with all the kind of scientific content of the show? Do you just kind of leave blanks and then go?
We have a brilliant astrophysicist named David Salzberg, who's a professor at UCLA.
I basically get every script in advance, and I look it over, and the writers actually know a lot of science and fill out what they want, and maybe it'll just need a little tiny tweak here and there, a change of word. Other times they'll say science to come.
What is physics? We're going to be designing an experiment to look for the annihilation spectrum resulting from dark matter collisions in space.
My tests of the Aronoff bomb quantum interference effect have reached an interesting point.
Force, Earth gravity, equals mass times 9.8 meters per second per second.
Right now we're testing the phase shift due to an electric potential.
Are 9.8 meters per second squared as A and B gets.
Kinetic theory, algebraic gossip, and epidemiology.
Time-dependent backgrounds in string theory.
Howard says you're working on fundamental tests of quantum mechanics?
Specifically quantum field theory in d-dimensional de Sitter space.
I preserved it in a 1% solution of polyvinyl acetyl resin.
Oh my God, that's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me that I didn't understand.
And now we have Maya Bialik, who is, is
a neuroscientist.
So she tells us when we're wrong in that area.
When it comes to neuroscience and neurobiology, I guess I'm the unofficial authority.
Yeah. Come on, tumor. Mama needs an aggressive little glioblastoma.
Did you ever think that you would start using your neuroscience again in this way?
No. Since getting my PhD, I never thought I would be acting as a neuroscientist. No.
Amy's at the dry cleaners, and she's made a very amusing pun. I don't care for perchloroethylene, and I don't like glycol ether.
Personally, I like the physics that's out there and incomprehensible, but I think I really like when it's physics that's sort of what we call freshman physics.
We don't need strength. We're physicists. We are the intellectual descendants of Archimedes. Give me a fulcrum and a lever, and I can move the earth. It's just a matter. I don't have this. I don't have this. I do not have this.
It's something that so many people have been exposed to in some way, and so there's a chance of knowing what's going on.
Ah, gravity, thou art a heartless bitch.
And frankly, if people disagree with the science, they can send a letter to Dr. Salzberg or Dr. Bialik. You know?
There's nothing wrong with the science here.
Perhaps you mean a different thing than I do when you say science.
Fashion's probably not the first thing that springs to mind when you think of the Big Bang Theory, but for a show that's about some pretty unfashionable guys, they do all have their own distinctive style, from Sheldon's T-shirts to Howard's eye-wateringly tight trousers. They do stand out in a crowd. So I assume this is all divided up into different characters.
Yes, we call them character closets. Sheldon, starting with the plaid pants, of course.
Yes.
And then all of his T-shirts back here. He's got his Green Lantern and Flash shirts.
He's got a lot of T-shirts. They've all got a lot of clothes, to be fair.
Oh, yes.
Do you have a favourite Sheldon piece?
I like this.
Yes, that's nice. The evolution of man into a robot is nice.
It screams Sheldon to me.
Wow.
I really like Raj's outfits because I like the fact that I think he looks quite cool.
They all bridge cool, except
Yeah.
I throw something else that just ruins it all.
I think he thinks it's pretty cool. When Raj first came to America, he was dressed head to toe in Miami Vice clothes because that was a big popular show in India at that time.
What about, arguably, my favourite character, dress-wise and otherwise, Howard? Where's his stuff?
He's got a room to himself.
Of course he has.
Yes.
Hey, qu'est-ce que ça?
Look at that.
The reflective. I know.
Look
If
at
this
that.
is missing when you leave,
I mean, I've
you're
got
in
my eye
trouble.
on it.
There was one outfit he wore when he wore an eye patch and leather pants. The
guy's a hero.
Flowy blouse. Yeah, he pulled it off.
Hello, boys.
I would say he's a clothes horse. Whore or horse? I don't know.
I think horse.
I think for him, let's say whore.
I want to blend in.
To what? Toy Story?
This
I
is
think I
Leonard.
recognise these chords.
Yes. He
A
always.
muted rainbow.
Yes, muted. He's got a little bit of a bucket of water thrown on him compared to some of the other characters.
Is this all stuff you want me to try on?
No, this is stuff I want you to throw out.
When I had to dress up as Supergirl, that was especially liberating.
I don't know about you, but I feel empowered.
Come on, I made that look good.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm Batman.
Don't go anywhere, please, because we've got more of the Big Bang Theory Access All Areas, within reason, for you after the break. Coming up.
I learned the secrets of the stairway.
Once you've got down, you just sort of stand it against the wall here.
And take my place in the audience to watch the cast record the show.
I have no idea what that line is. While you
I messed up mine too a little bit.
Place yourself. Go.